shifting gears a bit, I know Benji's really itching to give an opinion about the co-main event, but we do have our special guest on the line patiently waiting. Very patient guy, very humble guy. For those who don't know, NamFam is on Team Koscheck right now on this 12th season of The Ultimate Fighter. You can catch it on Spike TV every Wednesday, depending on what coast you are. But if you're on the East Coast, it's at 10 p.m. If you're on the West, I'm pretty sure it's 7 if you're on the West Coast. So let's get NamFam on the line.
Hey, Nam, you're on. Hey, how you guys doing, guys?
We're good, man.
Thanks for having me.
How are you?
Good.
Cool. So, how was the experience on the show? Watching the show, I've been watching since season 3, and I've always been a big fan of the show and how they portrayed the fighters, and now that they have the thing where you have to fight to get in, you sort of have a different aspect that every guy deserves to be there. So, what was the experience like on the show, and just talk us through it a bit?
It was a very good experience for me, but at the same time, it was nuts. Yeah, the guys there are crazy. Yeah, but I met some good friends on the show too.
Cool. Hello? So, so with the show being taped, I've always wondered when do they start taping? Like when did this season start taping? Because now it's on in the fall. So was that around May or June? Did it start like
July? We started the end of July. It was June, all of June, and we ended like in the beginning of July.
June, July.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not bad. And it's what, 5 weeks, 6 weeks? How long is
6 weeks.
6 weeks?
Yeah.
Damn, 6 weeks in the house with those crazy dudes.
Yeah.
How'd you do it?
I think I could say myself a pretty mild-mannered guy, and like I try to stay as calm as possible. And I think being on camera, knowing that someone's always watching me, helped me keep calm too. I didn't want them to get the chance to see me get over anxious, like see me get out of character, and then get me angry, get an uprise out of me. So I try to stay as calm as possible, and I didn't want to represent my community in a negative light.
Yeah, you know what? You seem like a very polite, humble, easygoing guy. Not too much drama like Bruce Leroy or any other guys like Jeff Lynch, for example. But seem very humble and easygoing, which is a good character to have, especially in that house with how many other dudes for 6 weeks. So I'll pass it over to my co-host Benji, who's been quiet for a while now. So Benji, ask away, my friend.
Well, first I'd just like to say thank you very much for taking time out of your schedule to get on the show here. It's very much appreciated.
Oh yeah, no problem, guys. Always a pleasure.
Well, I got a question for you. I know you're naturally like a 145er. The show was at 155, and I was just kind of curious. Was there anything you were doing to bump up the weight? Like, were you just mowing down on a bunch of pho, or like? How's that work out?
No. I walk around 165. I usually fight at 145. I wasn't doing anything I wasn't doing anything extra to get bigger or anything like that. I just went in there and did my best.
Yeah, I know you can't give anything away just yet, but I tell you what, I'm wishing all the best for you in this season. So
thank you. Thank you very much. I need all the luck I can get, guys.
Well, was it? You fought in numerous organizations around the world, and I was wondering, did you kind of think it was a slap in the face to have to be on the show? Like maybe you couldn't have got into the UFC in the stable of 155 guys. Off your experience alone? Or?
Oh no, not of course. I think I can. I was offered to find the UFC years ago, but the money at the time was not good. So I had better deals to go to Strikeforce, and also I had deals to go to UFC, but I was the Ultimate Fighter. But the same thing, I was negotiating between other organizations. So Yeah, I could have gone to UFC straight on. That's not the thing. It's not a big deal, but I think it'd be more beneficial for my own career to go to the Ultimate Fighter house first, build a name, and then from there, go to the UFC.
Well, okay, I tell you what, I'm drawing a blank right now. Yeah, I'm getting a little starstruck, perhaps. I'm going to have to pass off some questions to the other co-host here. Evan, I know you're a good, insightful guy. What do you got for me?
All right, Nam, first question I got for you. You, of course, are on Team Koscheck. Josh Koscheck is known by quite a bit of MMA fans as a villainous persona. Me, personally, I'm a big fan of his, but how was he as a person, and how was he as a coach?
Oh, yeah, I thought he was a great coach. And as a person, I think there's a lot of misconceptions about him. Well, no, I don't think there's misconceptions because he plays the heel role very well. He chooses to play the bad guy, so I don't blame people for not liking him. But to get to know him as a person, being there to get to know him as a person is was a big eye opener for me. He was not what I expected him to be. I got along with him very well on the show.
Yeah, for sure. I think, he's, like you said, I'm actually a Koscheck fan, so I like the guy personally. But what was it like working with his assistant coaches as well? We've seen on the show some great coaches, Javier Mendez and Dave Camarillo, and even Daniel Cormier. What was it working with with a great coaching staff?
It was awesome because we get to Dave Camarillo, Javier Mendez, his boxing coach, Teddy Lucio, Danny Cormier. I became very close to all of them. It was very fun. We became like one big family. It was awesome. And then next week you get to see John Fitch in there mixing it up with us as well.
Yeah, it's a phenomenal coaching staff that Team Koscheck has. And also, this whole season's kind of been built around Koscheck versus GSP. Was there really, we've seen in past at prior Ultimate Fighter seasons with the coaches, say Chuck and Tito, Rampage Rashad, even Bisping and Dan Henderson and Frank Mir Nogueira, the list goes on and on. Was there really any big tension between George St. Pierre and Josh Koscheck?
I don't think, I don't think Koscheck personally dislikes George St. Pierre. I think it's not a big deal. But, I think I actually think that he likes him. I think who can hate George St. Pierre, right? Coolest guy in the world. But the thing is, Josh Koscheck, from what I learned, is a very, very, very competitive person, and he does whatever it takes to win. As in, he'll train his butt off, to get ready for the physical aspect, and then he'll try to beat you in the mental aspect. So he'll try to talk crap at you and get into your brain and get you distracted, and that's how competitive he is. He'll try to beat you at all angles.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I don't think he hates him as maybe the public sees it as. Last question.
No, sorry. Yeah, I don't think Josh Koscheck. Everyone, please. It's hard for me to back him up, even with all the antics he does and throughout the season. He talks. There's nothing he doesn't say anything malice to George St. Pierre on the show. He just teases him like a little kid. It's cute. It's funny. I mean, I've been there on the show, 6 weeks with no entertainment. That for me. That was my source of entertainment.
Yeah. Last question I got for you, Nam. Like you mentioned, you were in the house with 6 weeks with all these other fighters competing for a contract. What was the hardest part about the whole entire Ultimate Fighter experience for you? Was it the house? Was it the training? Was it preparing on short notice for a fight? What was the hardest part for you?
I think it was the combination of everything. It was a mixture of, being homesick, having no entertainment, there's no TV, there's no books, there's no internet, there's no radio, there's no music, all you do is train. You fight on short notice. You don't know who you're gonna fight. You don't know when you're gonna fight. A lot of anxiety around the house, and then no women, of course. And everything combined just makes you start to lose your edge.
Yeah, it definitely seems like a difficult experience for everyone that's been on the show. But I'm a big fan of yours, Nam, just from the show and seeing you prior fight, and I'm hoping you come away with that contract.
Yeah, I hope so too. Wish you luck, guys.
All right, Nam. Take care and have a good career. Hopefully we get to see you on the Top 12 finale.
Oh, for sure, man. Yeah, I hope to talk to you guys again, guys. Have a good night, guys.
You too, man. Take care.
See you guys. Bye.